Hello, beautiful souls. I want to share a meditative exercise with you that has been really helpful for me. A lot of times I get stuck at the surface of what seems to be going on without always examining a little deeper, both within myself and external circumstances, what's really going on to cause emotional reactions and challenges for me. So I want to give a couple of examples before we dive into this meditation. And if you are an essential oil user, I want to keep it simple. Just grab some lavender. That'd be perfect for this meditation. But what I wanted to talk about is there's so many layers to reality. And a good analogy for this is a movie. When we watch a movie, the characters come on the screen and everything comes to life as a real story. And, we might love the movie or the story, we might hate it. But there's so many layers that are underlying that finished product that we see on Netflix or in the movie theater. If you peel off the surface layer of the finished product, you see a whole crew of actors, producers, directors, support staff that come into place. Peel off another layer, then there's the whole financial backing people that put up the money to make the movie. Peel off another layer and you get back down into the creative again with the writer, whoever wrote that movie and had that idea. So there's all these levels and layers that go into that. And if you wanted to go even deeper, you could peel back another layer and see what inspired that writer to write that film. Another analogy is the Russian dolls, where there's one inside of the other inside of the other. You keep looking and there's another layer and another layer and another layer. And oftentimes in reality, those different layers of reality have different information in them. Different emotions can come up for us when we explore different layers. But the first thing I want to invite you to do is, if you're using essential oil, which I will be, I've got some in my pocket, just something meditative, peaceful. Lavender's a great one. I'm going to be using blue spruce. I'd like you to just put a little bit on. Actually, I'm going to put a dab onto our third eye to give us clarity and insight. And then once you've got a little on your third eye, rub your palms together. And if you don't have essential oils, just breathe deeply with us anyway. Take a deep breath in through the nose, breathing right into the third eye, the center of the brain. Exhale through the nose to release any blockages to your inner vision and guidance. Take another deep breath in, filling up your physical body with fresh energy. Exhale through the mouth, releasing tension from the physical body. Take another breath in, breathe into that energy field that surrounds you. And exhale through the mouth to release any tension from the energy field. Beautiful. From this point forward, keep your eyes closed and breathe in through your nose, out through your nose. So the first thing I want to do is I want you to think of a situation that has an emotional charge for you. Either a person or a situation that brings up a lot of emotion. The first one to come to mind is the one to go with, even if you're tempted to gloss over it or skip to something else. And once you're in touch with that person or situation that brings up emotional charge for you, I want you to notice at the surface what's going on in the situation. Just in your mind's eye, look at the different angles of what's happening, what's going on. And then I want you to be able to describe to yourself, articulate to yourself, which emotions are coming up for you. Be they positive or negative. And once you've identified those emotions, I want you to ask yourself why these emotions are coming up. And take a moment with that. And now I want us to imagine that we can peel that layer of reality in this situation back and look beneath the surface of that surface level of reality. As we go a little deeper, I want to ask you, are there any other characters or motivations that maybe are behind the scenes, under the surface, that are related to this situation? Any motivations, any other people, characters that come into play with what's happening in this situation? And what causes these characters or motivations to behave the way they do? Now I want you to articulate to yourself, when you're looking at this under the surface layer, which emotions are coming up for you here at this lower, deeper level of reality? Take a moment and breathe into and feel any and all of the emotions that are coming up. Allow them. Recognize them. They are legitimate. They are valid. And then I want you to ask yourself why you are feeling these emotions that come up at this level of reality. Again, there's no right or wrong answers. Just allow your mind to go where your higher self is guiding you. Now, I'd like you to imagine that we could, like an onion, peel off yet another layer of reality. We peeled off the surface, the layer just below the surface, and now we're 2 levels beneath the surface. Are there any characters or motivations that are even at this deeper level of the reality of the situation? Any characters or motivations that are contributing to what you're experiencing at the surface? Why do the characters behave the way they might behave? Or why do the motivations arise that are arising at this level? I want you to articulate to yourself any emotions that are arising at this level of reality. Take a moment to breathe into and feel any of these emotions. Allow them, recognize them. And then let your higher self guide you as to why you might be feeling these emotions, so that you can understand your own underlying motivations. Now I want you to imagine we can take yet another layer off of reality, and we're getting really deep now. We're going all the way beyond the physical, all the way deep down into the spiritual energies that underpin, perhaps form the basis for the reality we experience. Let your higher self really guide you, especially in this part. Are there any spiritual energies you are aware of underpinning all of this situation you're experiencing? If so, how do you feel about these spiritual energies deep below the surface? And once again, which emotions are coming up for you when you look at the deep down spiritual energies underlying what we experience as reality. Take a moment to breathe into and recognize any emotions that are coming up. And just briefly ask your higher self to show you why you might be feeling what you feel at this layer of reality. Now we're going to take off every layer and go right to the core. The core is, why has this situation appeared in your life? What is it here to teach you, or how is it here to offer you an opportunity for growth and expansion? How is it here to help you grow and expand, even if it feels like an unpleasant situation? Sit with that just for a moment. And then I'd like you to ask yourself, what are you meant to do to move forward and really take full advantage of this experience? Ask your higher self to guide you how to move forward. Can you breathe into this situation all the way down to the layer of what you're meant to learn or how it's there to help you grow? And release resistance to the situation. Are you willing to do that? No judgment if you're not, it's okay. But if you are, just experiment with what it feels like to breathe into and allow this situation so that you can move forward, growing, expanding as you go. One last question for you. Where is your higher self asking you to focus your energy? At which layer or layers of this reality are you meant to be focused? At the surface? At any of the people or motivations beneath the surface? At the spiritual level of the spiritual energies contributing to this? Or at the very core, where the opportunity for growth and expansion comes in? Whenever you're ready, I invite you to open your eyes. I feel that this little meditation can be applied to a whole huge variety of situations or people that we encounter, especially those that are challenging for us. Whether it's frustration with what's happening in the world or frustration with a person that we're dealing with in our lives. Looking at all these different layers and levels, breathing into, allowing, acknowledging everything from emotions to aha moments can set us free. I want to thank you for joining me in this multi-layered approach to exploring reality. Have a beautiful day, everyone.